amazing human beings, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Leila Mekhdiyeva, and in today's video I'm gonna be sharing with you top 20 jobs you can get as a journalism graduate. It's been a long time actually since I filmed a video related to journalism, studying journalism, becoming a journalist. If you haven't seen those videos before, I'm gonna link them here so you can click and check them out after you watch this video. But the idea to make this video actually came from one of my viewers, subscribers, people that watch me, and I actually want to read you what I received so you will understand where I'm coming from. So not so long ago I received a DM on my Instagram, and the girl was actually asking me, so she wrote, "My study program is journalism, but I actually don't want to work as a journalist after I graduate. It can be media work, advertisement, office, and etc., but not journalist. So I want to know about this. Is it possible to find jobs like this after studying journalism?" So there was a lot going on there, and I'm not gonna read any more than that because it's, it's personal, it's private. And when I was answering to her questions, I realized that it's actually a great idea for my YouTube video because, as I said, it's been a long time since I filmed journalism related video here. So I don't wanna stop. I want to share as much as I know. And you guys know I graduated from Anglo-American University. I got my degree in journalism and communications. So it's been already a year, and I, like no one else, know how hard it is to find a job with a journalism degree, and I really wanna share my wisdom, my experience, and I came up with my list of top 20 jobs you can get as a journalism graduate. So if you guys are interested, let's get into it. Option number one, you can start working as a reporter. I think it's the most common advice that you know as a journalism student, as someone who wants to study journalism. Everyone knows that journalists are reporters, but as I came up with 20 jobs that you can get as a journalism graduate, trust me, that's not the only one. But I think a lot of the times people who go for journalism, to study journalism, they obviously want to become a reporter later in life, and it really doesn't matter if you want to work as a broadcast reporter or newspaper reporter. I mean, newspapers are not even relevant these days, let's be honest. Now everything is digital, and those newspapers that don't want to adapt to our changes and technology of the 21st century actually are losing their time and their money and their readers. So with that being said, still working as a reporter is quite popular position for a person with a journalism degree. Option number two, you can start working as a copywriter. And I personally know a lot of people who, after they graduate and get their degree in journalism, wanna start working as a copywriter, because I wouldn't say it's easier, it's just, I think today there are a lot of people looking for copywriters. So I think if you really have this writing passion in you and you want to make a living out of it, and you don't really want to work as a writer or author, maybe not right now, and you just want to make a living off writing, then copywriter is definitely a good idea for you, because with copywriting you really need to have knowledge in some special area or field, and these days it's usually something related to business, management, finances. So if you have that in you, combining that with copywriting is definitely a great idea. Option number three, social media manager. As you guys know, social media rules the world today. Everyone talks about it, everyone is on it. We talk a lot about positive and negative effects of social media, but it creates a lot of new job possibilities for a lot of people, especially journalism graduates. So this option is definitely for those of you who know how to handle social media, and you know, if you during your uni years started as a blogger and now you want to maybe monetize those skills, but you don't really want to work on your own brand yet, you want to, you know, work for other brands, then definitely go for this. And I know that right now, as with copywriting, people are looking for social media managers, and it's really this type of job that you can actually do from home as much as copywriting as well. And I think a lot of journalism related jobs you can really work as a freelancer from home, and I think that's amazing. Option number 4, PR manager or PR specialist. I took PR class in my university just so I will have the skill, because I remember I took class Media and Democracy where we were given the statistics that journalism graduates, some of them become journalists, but then they struggle because you don't make a lot of money as a journalist today. So a lot of them switch to PR or politics, and that's when I knew I have to take PR class just in case, just so I can make money in the future. And I really liked PR, but I think I'm more passionate about journalism and media, so I think I could work as a PR specialist, but like for me personally, I prefer media and journalism. And actually I made a video about my experience with PR, studying PR, so I'll link it right here so you can go and check it out. But if you definitely enjoy PR aspects of being a journalism graduate, go for it. Option number 5, blogger. So as I said, a lot of people during their university years as journalism students might develop skills that are quite necessary for blogging. I guess this kind of applies to me as well. So I definitely advise you to start working as a blogger, and not necessarily for your own self. As with social media management, you can actually be a blogger for other brands. It's kind of like being social media manager, copywriter, all together. There are a lot of options for blogging, freelance blogging, for you if you're interested. Google it, try to find jobs available online, and I think it's really great because as a journalism student you really get all the skills that you need for this type of a job, so I think that's very inspiring. Option number 6, editor. So you don't necessarily get a chance to become an editor from day one since you graduate. Maybe at first you'll be associate editor, but eventually you can definitely grow into being an editor, or sometimes you can start as an author, writer, and then grow to become an editor. But I think becoming an editor is something that a lot of journalism students want to achieve in the future, so of course I had to mention this. And you know, having this goal to become an editor one day is really something powerful for journalism graduates, journalism students who sometimes might be questioning what the hell are they doing with their lives. Option number 7, content writer. What is the difference between copywriter and content writer is that copywriter really works for businesses, when content writer can write about any content, therefore the name. So content writer is more like a creative writer, only you also work for other companies, so it's not necessarily that you're working on your book, for example. It's more creative than copywriting, but still you create content maybe for business companies, and also as a content writer you can write for websites, you can write for magazines. It can be as creative as possible, and at the same time it can be very money driven, so you can work for businesses. Option number 8, copy editor. So copy editor is not the same as editor, as editor actually is responsible for the whole magazine or website, whatever is going on, the message, pictures, you know, how it's being represented. And copy editor is pretty much proofreader. I remember a lot of girls at my university were working as proofreaders slash copy editors for our university magazine. I never was interested in that, but seeing their drive, I know that there are people out there who really are interested in grammar side of writing and like helping other writers, other fellow journalists. So if you're really into grammar and it makes you happy to, you know, correct people, I know some of y'all love doing that, then definitely this type of a job is for you. And I would again advise you to do your own research and try to find a job based on your interests, and in this case, copy editing interests. Option number 9, photojournalist. Now this depends on your type of studying. I personally had photojournalism, I had documentary photography, I had video journalism, so I had a lot of different types of journalism being introduced to me as required classes, and I'm so thankful that my program had those classes because I was not lost and confused, but I was just like open to any possibility. So I think in today's world as a journalist, you really need to have skills in this business. So if you can do photojournalism and you learn that at the university, you can definitely continue growing in photojournalism area or field of journalism. And I think it's quite inspiring, or maybe not necessarily photojournalism that you want to do, maybe you just want to do photography, but I just decided to include photojournalism because it's more specific to being a journalism graduate, because I know a lot of people get their photojournalist courses at their university. So I think you can always use that, you can monetize that, and you can find a job that you will actually enjoy doing. Option number 10, radio show host. And I think this is perfect if you love talking. Also, if you took classes at your university where you had a chance to know how to do radio journalism, because I didn't take that because I wasn't interested at the time, and now I kind of wish I did, because I think today with podcasts is such an important skill to know how to do it, but of course you can learn to do it at home. But if you're currently studying journalism and you would like to have this option in the future to become a radio show host, then definitely I would recommend to you taking that course, learning more, doing more research, getting an internship. But I think it's a really cool idea. Option number 11, video journalist. Now it's quite the same as with photojournalism. If you have a chance to take photojournalism, video journalism, go for it. The more classes you take, the more possibilities you have in the future, especially if you're really interested in working in the media. I, from the beginning, wanted to get my degree in journalism because I was so excited about the whole broadcasting world of journalism. And as I was studying journalism, I started learning more and realizing that video journalism, which a bit different from broadcast journalism. Video journalism is more focused on the digital aspect, so you know, social media videos, for example, for those news companies such as Al Jazeera, CNN, you know what I mean, you know how you scroll through Facebook. So people who work on that type of media content are more of video journalists, but of course it really depends. But as a video journalist, you need to know how to film and edit, and I think it's something that you can learn by yourself. But also I think for me, university gave me a lot of knowledge on how to do it from a journalism perspective, and I think it's really important to know the basics of your passion, the basics of your career, and then you can kind of create your own rules. But first you need to learn old rules. And because I started my YouTube channel when I was studying journalism, I could not wait to graduate and create more video content. And if you understand my passion for video journalism, then I would definitely recommend you to maybe even specialize in video journalism, broadcast journalism. But even if you have a very generic, so to say, type of journalism program at your university, it's still good, but make sure to include those classes that you're interested in. Option number 12. Producer. Now this is not for everyone, but you know, if you for example want to work on TV and you don't necessarily want to be in front of the camera and you don't want to work kind of with the camera, but you still want to be part of the broadcast journalism, I think this is an amazing opportunity for you to become a producer. And I really don't have enough knowledge about this particular job because I never was interested in it, but producers basically put stories together, they do research. Any news channel has a news producer, and therefore if you're really into political journalism and at the same time you want to be in front of the camera and at the same time you don't want to work as a video journalist, you want to be kind of like in between but still be part of the process, I think you should go for a news producer's job. And basically news producer puts together the news show. It really all is the job of a producer to make the show interesting, to work on the graphics, video, packages, all of that. Option number 13, writer or author. Now, this is something I always wanted to be, and I love taking my class, The Art of Storytelling, that helped me realize that I have it in me. It's my passion. It makes me so happy and excited to work on anything creative, especially if it's writing. So if you know what I mean right now, then I think you definitely should pursue career as a writer, author. If you dream about publishing a book, if you want to maybe have your own column in a newspaper or magazine or online website, whatnot, then I think you still can go that way after getting your degree in journalism. And I think that's the amazing part about getting your degree in journalism, is that you can have so many different types of jobs with one degree, because you get to learn so many different aspects, but it's still all part of journalism. Option number 14, TV host. Now, this is kind of like radio host, but you know, only on TV. So if you, like me, were always crazy about being in front of the camera and talking, then this is perfect job for you. And then you definitely need to get your degree in journalism. I think if you want to become a TV host, you definitely need a lot of knowledge about the field. You need to have not only practice but theory in your mind. And I was always crazy about broadcast journalism, and I think today broadcast journalism is still a thing, and even more so because digital journalism still needs TV hosts, news anchors, which brings us to the next point. Number 15, you can be a news anchor. You remember those people who are telling you news at the end of the day? At least that's what my dad used to watch. I think he still does, I don't know, but I never really was into news anchoring, but I know a lot of people are, and a lot of people go for journalism to become news anchors, and a lot of people actually assume that I wanted to become a news anchor. And I think there is a difference between being a TV host and news anchor, because news anchor example is Christiana Manpour, and a TV host example is, let's say, Oprah Winfrey. So I think there is a big difference, and yes, they both are journalists, but it's different types of journalism. And yes, both are broadcast journalism jobs, but still it's different, you know? So it's up to you, whatever you prefer more. Option number 16, web content manager. This is a very popular job right now because, as I said, digital media is a thing and it's getting only bigger and bigger. So I remember we had this class that I hated, and obviously that's why I would not choose web content management, but where we were supposed to learn the HTTP language and all those web content languages, you know, and I passed that class surprisingly, but I really don't remember anything connected to that. But if you love that part of journalism and you really could do that, that's awesome. I would definitely advise you to go for it because I think it's really growing, and a lot more companies need web content managers, not only media companies, by the way. Option number 17, multimedia specialist. Now, multimedia specialist as well as a web content manager is something that is growing today, and it's really a broad type of a job. You can't really say what exactly multimedia specialist is doing. I think it's just everything from web design to I don't even know, to multimedia, I don't know, videos, whatnot. So it's like pretty much the same as web content, I think, but it's not. I think it's more of a creative job than web content management, because you actually get to create stuff. But I think it's more of an IT job as much as web content manager. So if you are into IT segment, then I think this is perfect for you. But I think for someone like me who is more into creative type of a job, that's not really a good idea. But if you have that knowledge, good for you, go for it, because you definitely will get paid a lot. Option number 18, translator. Now I know that not everyone speaks 2 languages, 3, 4, 5, you name it, but if you, like me, are blessed with knowing a few languages and you're actually fluent in at least 2, that gives you another opportunity. Maybe you don't want to do it for a long time, but if you're looking for something and you want to try to make a living and do something you actually enjoy, I think translator is really fun because it's still talking or writing, and as a journalism graduate you really should enjoy those things, at least one of those. So like as a translator you really get to do both of those, and also you need to be very careful with how you translate things. So it's definitely not an easy type of a job, but if you have that in you, I would definitely advise you to go for it. And maybe you didn't think that it's possible to get a job as a translator after getting your degree in journalism, but it is. Option number 19, media planner. This type of a job is connected to advertisement. As a media planner, you choose what type of media is best for your clients' ad to perform better, and I really am not familiar with advertisement, but I found out that as a journalism graduate you really can become a media planner. And yes guys, I got my knowledge in video journalism, photojournalism, PR, creative writing, storytelling, visual culture, but not advertisement. So I'm not really familiar with this, but if you would be interested in working in advertisement, my advice to you is definitely take courses that will be helpful for advertisement, because media and advertisement similar but not the same. So without knowledge and theory, I don't think you can just like go into it. So if you're still in college or university studying journalism and you want to have that option to work as a media planner or any other advertising type of a job, then definitely make sure that you're secured, you know what you're gonna do in the future, and get some more knowledge. Option number 20, the last one, publicist / press agent. Now this is kind of like PR specialist, but it's more specific. I think if it's for you, you will know, and I think it's just one of those ideas that maybe you didn't think it's possible for you to get a job in that field, and here I am telling you that you can. Honestly, there is nothing that you can't do, and getting a degree in journalism does not mean that you're now supposed to become a reporter and that's it, or writer, copywriter. I gave you those examples that definitely work for people who got their degree in journalism, but if you got a degree in journalism, it never stops you from pursuing other jobs and building career in another field rather than media, PR, advertisement, publishing. Like, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do, you get to choose, you get to do it in your life. I'm definitely someone who loved what she was studying, and I always saw myself as a journalist. I always imagined myself being a TV host and writing. So with all those skills and passions that I had, I knew that journalism is the only field for me. So as I graduated, nothing changed, and I still love all those things that pushed me to study journalism. So for me, it was always simple to realize what I want to do with my life. But if you're currently studying journalism, please don't think that you only have to choose something that, for example, I said in this video, or something that the society tells you to do now that you have journalism degree. I know a lot of people who graduated with me, and they definitely don't work in the journalism media field, and everyone just found themselves in whatever that was. And I love seeing that, because life is so unpredictable, and when you're 18, 19, I don't know, 17, what you are, to choose something that you want to do for the rest of your life, if that is the case, that's awesome. but it's not the case for everybody. So I don't want you guys to feel like if you don't know yet what you want to do, if you went for a journalism degree and you're not sure you want to work as a journalist later, don't worry. You will figure it out, you'll find your way. But if this video was helpful for you, I'm so glad, because I really took my time to do my research and find more jobs that I personally didn't even know are possible, you know, but I did my research and now I know and you guys know. And a lot of these jobs really come from my own experience and my own passions. So it's like this combination of my knowledge and some research, and voila, we get this perfect video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps grow my channel. And if you want to see more journalism related videos from me, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and click that notifications bell to get notified about my new videos. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye.